I just received my first Stillman and Birn sketchbook. I got the Epsilon series because of the paper. I am a fountain pen user. I mean, I use a roller ball too. My favorite roller ball is the Pilot Precise V5. This is an older one. You see it's gray. They're all black now. And I like the 5. It writes really well. A lot of notebooks and sketchbooks take it. Anyway, here's the Stillman and Birn. It says Stillman and Birn on the back. It's kind of embossed. That's really cool. The reason I got this book, or this sketchbook, is because of the paper. It's really thick. I was just admiring the beautiful cut. It's really nice. It's just absolutely perfect. Very hardbound. It pretty much resembles a oh, what's the brand? Canson. They're everywhere. It's a Canson's a brand that looks just like this. It's black. It's a bound book. Blank pages. They're like $5 or $6. The paper's kind of thin. I can't use those because of the bleed through. So I did a lot of research. This guy's really nice. The pages are nice and thick. Just arrived about an hour ago in the mail. Took it out of the box. Here's a little unboxing shot. Like I said, I use mostly these fountain pens. Lamy, that's the yellow one. And for Christmas I got this custom made one by a woodworker here in Omaha. The paper on this is really smooth. It's not toothy. I wouldn't call it toothy, but it's definitely not a Bristol finish. They call it a plate finish. And this Epsilon series is made for fountain pens. Or it's made, but it accepts fountain pens, put it that way. I just wrote in it for the first time with this Schaefer. I also use this guy too. These are nice, really, really nice for the price. They're plastic, Schaefer. Of course, it's not going to focus. And I take the cartridge, and once it's empty, I fill it up with Noodler's black ink. I love Noodler's ink. I use it in the Lamy, and I haven't used it in this one I just got yet because I haven't emptied that cartridge yet. But I just wrote in it just a receive date, and you can see that it writes wonderfully. It takes the ink well. It doesn't bleed through. It doesn't feather. And what's the other word? Ghosting. You can see through it if you hold it up to the light, but once you lay it flat and the light is shown on the top part of the paper, on the back side, it's 98–99% no bleed through. So very acceptable. Very acceptable. And that's kind of a wide nib on that pen. It puts down a lot of ink. I'll be using the Lamy, or the that wooden fountain pen I just got. They write a much thinner line, and I won't use that heavy pressure. So far this thing is really nice. I love it. It does have a little ding on the lower right of the front cover. I can live with that. Here's my Moleskine, as they're called. I'm just about finished with this guy. I'm that far through it, and it's kind of beat up. Pardon my bad camera work here. For the most part, this Moleskine, it's held up. There's an example of it's kind of coming apart a little bit. There's a picture of the top. Oh, you really can't tell by the camera. I've had this Moleskine. I hate saying that. I just like to say Moleskine. It's much easier. I've had it for a number of years, and it takes me quite a while to go through a blank journal. It really does. Sometimes I write a lot. Sometimes I go weeks or months. You see lots of those little dings. The Moleskines have kind of a funny paper. It's really thick. It's very flat. It's ivory. I like that. The Stillman and Birn is bright white. I kind of like the ivory, but I'll get over it. The paper is really thick on the Moleskine, very smooth, and I noticed at the beginning of using this, the ink, now the roller ball worked just fine, but fountain pen ink, that Noodler's black, would almost bead up, if that's, I don't know, bead up is too strong to say, but that's kind of what it did. And for some reason, years later, maybe it wears off, and the wear and tear and the rubbing of the pages, it goes in and it settles really quick and it dries fast. I can write and then smear it within a few seconds. But so I'm really excited to use my Stillman and Birn. It's probably going to be a few weeks. Maybe I'll start journaling more and get through this. I do a lot of drawing too, and I keep this with me probably 98% of the time. It's a good idea to keep pen and paper handy. So anyway, there you go. Can't wait to use it. But so far, it looks really nice. Takes ink well. Later.